Okay, welcome everyone to the first TDL Member Forum of 2019. We are so glad that you have joined us today to hear some updates on the work that TDL has been doing over the past month, or if you missed our December forum, which was right before the holiday, the last couple months, and to hear from some of our members who are going to tell us about the work that's going on within the larger TDL community. My name is Christy Park. I'm the director of the TDL, and I'm joined today by Leah DeForest, our communication strategist. We usually have Courtney Muma, our deputy director, here with us, but she is attending the South Central States Fedora Users Group meeting this morning, which is going on today and tomorrow in Austin at UT Austin. We have a number of members and friends from around the state and some neighboring states in for that meeting. After I give a few updates of my own, we're going to be joined by some members of our community, Jessica Trologan and Michael Shensky from the University of Texas at Austin, and Ed Warga from Texas A&M Corpus Christi, to give some updates about either work that's going on at local institutions or within various community groups at TDL. And Leah will give some community updates as well. We'll end the forum with an open floor for Q&A time. And a couple of reminders before we start. If you have questions at any point during our half hour here together, please feel free to use the chat window to ask those, and we'll get to those as we have an appropriate moment. You also can, if you wish, download. Well, usually we have the slides in the files pod there. I see that we don't right now, so hopefully we can get those up in the files pod in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen before the half hour is up. But if not, we will have it available in the TDL repository after today's webinar, and we will have the recording available on YouTube once we can caption this recording and make it available. So with that, I am going to jump right in with a few updates. So first of all, I hope all of you have had a chance to read our 2017-18 annual report, which Leah released just before the end of the year, just before the end of 2018. It is, after all, about you and the work that you've been doing, and we are excited to share it with all of you and with the public. This year, we shared our accomplishments by focusing on your work as leaders in digital preservation, collaborative methods in research data management, community building, and fostering a community of practice among open access pioneers in Texas. And while we included the usual information, such as financial figures and stats, we also tried to make it readable and enjoyable with some photos from the year's events and stories about our members. So please take a moment to read through that. It's on our website, linked to from the homepage, and you can also download it from the files pod here in Adobe Connect. It's really a fun, it was fun for us to put together, and I want to especially thank Leah DeForest, who did such a fabulous job pulling all of that information together and making it look and read so well. Secondly, I want to remind everybody that we have nominations open right now for our TDL awards. And I want to encourage everybody to think about your colleagues at your institution or at other institutions who are doing excellent work in digital libraries and who should be recognized by their peers through the TDL awards. I'm really excited about the work that the committee has done to get these awards ready to go and promote them. I want to thank especially Sean Vicentainer from UT Rio Grande Valley, who's the chair of our TDL Awards Committee this year, for all of his and the committee's work on this. We have a few new awards and updated descriptions for these, so do go to the website at tdl.org/awards and take a look at these. There's the Excellence Award, which honors a specific project that demonstrates overall excellence in digital library practice. There's a Student Excellence Award, which honors an individual graduate or undergraduate student for work that they are doing and contributions that they make. There's an Outreach Award, Individual Impact Award, which honors an individual who has made significant contributions and improvements related to digital libraries, and a Scholarly Communications Award, which honors the work of individuals who have made significant advances in our understanding of the issues surrounding scholarly communications. And finally, importantly, there is the Trailblazer Award, which I really want to see some great nominations because we have so many institutions with small staff or limited staff resources who are doing amazing work to create and maintain digital collections, and that is what that Trailblazer Award is intended to honor and recognize. So please think about, who you know. It can be yourself, it can be a colleague, or a group or a project that you can honor through a TDL Awards nomination. That deadline is coming up pretty quickly. Leah, if you can put that deadline in the chat window, that would be helpful. But I think it's coming up later this month or early in February. So it's a pretty lightweight nomination process. So no excuses. We want to see those nominations coming in. Okay, so next I wanted to give a couple of service updates, and then I'll hand it over to Leah and the rest of the crew. Before I talk about DuraCloud, I want to say really quickly that a word about DSpace. So as most of you know, we started in around October upgrading all of our DSpace hosted DSpace repositories to version 6, which is the latest version of DSpace. We were substantially done with that in November, but we had a couple of repositories that we held back until after the first of the year for various reasons. Those were the University of Houston and the Texas ScholarWorks repositories at UT Austin. We are in the process, well, the U of H repository is now upgraded. We're in the process of finalizing the upgrade to the UT Austin repository. So by the next time we meet, we will be completely done with the DSpace upgrades and moving on to other things. I did want to also note that we updated our DuraCloud at TDL instance before the winter break. DuraCloud, as you remember, is the kind of front end to our digital preservation storage options. And a number of our members use it to ingest content into those distributed digital preservation networks. The upgrade that we did included some work that our senior developer, Nick Woodward, accomplished, contributions of code that he made back to this open source platform, including improved user email templates and the ability to easily switch between digital preservation storage providers. DuraSpace is working to make their community more welcoming to outside development contributions, and this was the first time TDL has participated on this level, so we're really excited and plan to continue to engage this community to help improve the DuraCloud software so that it's adaptable to our digital preservation users' needs. And lastly, just a very brief note about OJS. So we are currently actively testing OJS version 3, which is a major updated version release of Open Journal Systems, and planning an upgrade for this year. We don't have a schedule for these upgrades yet. We're working on establishing a workflow for the upgrades, testing it on our training and staging systems, and then we're going to pilot an upgrade with a couple of hand-picked journals that we host to make sure we've got the kinks worked out before we move forward with a schedule for upgrading all of our 60 to 70 hosted journals. This is a major change. it will change a lot about the look and feel and how the journal works. And so we want to be very thoughtful about how we move forward with it and how we educate our users, many of whom are faculty and student users, in the new interface. So more to come on this, but wanted you to know that we are in the process of planning and testing for that to happen this year. Many thanks to Nick Lowland and Nick Woodward on our team, and Caleb Holland, our help desk operator, for their work with that testing process and designing the upgrade workflow. Okay, I think that's it for me. I'm going to hand it over to Leah to do some community updates.
Thanks, Christy, and good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. First, I want to start with a reminder that the deadline for submitting your proposal to TCDL is coming up. It's next Friday, January 25th, and you're able to submit from our website. If you go to our homepage, you'll find TCDL is linked there, and it'll take you to our abstract management page from our CFP page in our TCDL section. And if you're still working on ideas, or if you're looking for collaborators on a panel or presentation, we want to point you to our collaboration sheet on Google Drive, where you can propose topics and find colleagues and co-authors for your TCDL proposal ideas. There are a number of ideas floating around in that spreadsheet right now. They're just waiting for you to jump in on, or you can contribute your own new idea to the mix. And we want to thank those of you who have already used that collaboration sheet to get your ideas off the ground. And just a reminder there that that doesn't count as a submission. You do want to go ahead and finish out those proposals and get those submitted by next Friday. And if you have any questions about submitting your proposals or any other TCDL related questions, just reach out to me or our conference coordinator, Lauren McCulloch. Second TCDL note here, we would really love to see our members take advantage of the TDL Leadership Academy, which is brand new this year. This academy is designed to help you build those skills necessary for leading in the library. We also hope that this will help you cultivate a cohort of learners who seek a professional community to stimulate your career growth. This is an all-day workshop. We'll provide lunch and breaks and beverages. It'll be facilitated by Professor Diane Bailey from UT's School of Information. So this takes place on the Monday just before TCDL pre-conference, and we've really tried to keep registration price for this event low so people at any level of their career can afford to attend. Early bird registration matches TCDL's early bird reg, which is April 5th. And we have discounted registrations for TDL members and students, and then a bundled discount if you plan on going to both events. And again, you can find all this information by going to tdl.org, or feel free to email me or Lauren with your questions. Excuse me. And now I want to welcome Jessica Trelogan, who's the Research Data Services Coordinator at UT Libraries. She's going to talk to us about some upcoming fun with data. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi, y'all. Thanks, Leah. Yep, this is Jessica Trelogan from UT Austin, and I just want to remind all you research data folks out there that Love Data Week is coming up. It's next month during the week of Valentine's Day, February 11th through the 15th. And this can be a really great excuse for you to do some evangelizing about data management at your institution, just getting the word out about loving research data. This year's theme is data in everyday life, and they're looking at that through the themes of open data and data justice. One of the easy, low-effort things you could do is to tune in and promote the Topics in Research Data Management webinar, which is hosted by our very own Texas Data Repository Steering Committee. During that week on Tuesday the 12th. I'm just going to pop a link in to the chat here about the webinar series. On the 12th, we're going to be hearing from Eric Kaltman, who is the Clear Fellow for Data Curation in the in the sciences at Carnegie Mellon University Libraries. He'll be talking about liaison workflows that they've been developing there at Carnegie Mellon for data curation. And Bruce, there's no punching, but you can get in touch if you'd like to talk about that. So that webinar is one thing you could promote at your institution. Here at UT Libraries, we're going to do that and doing a series of social media posts and about good data management practice, data heartbreak stories, that kind of thing. We're also doing a workshop that week on the Friday about managing geospatial data as part of our usually scheduled Data and Donuts workshop series, which we're treating with a special geospatial data theme this semester as part of our efforts here to promote our new GIS and geospatial data services that we're launching at the libraries. And you're going to hear from our new GIS coordinator, Michael Shensky, in just a second. Then on Wednesday, we've got a big event planned, a panel discussion about open data. We're going to have several experts from local, county, and state government agencies who are involved in sharing open data with a twist again on geospatial data. We're going to have folks here from the Texas Natural Resources Information Systems, fondly known as TNRIS. We've got the people from the City of Austin, from Travis County, and the Texas General Land Office, and they're going to share stories about their open data portals and how they can engage people in using them. So if you've got anything going on at your institution for Love Data Week, we'd love to hear about it. Get in touch with either me or Leah so we can help spread the word and maybe share some ideas and resources.
Thanks, Jessica. That's right. So TDL will do what we can to help you promote your Love Data Week. We can host information on our blog. We can promote your events on social media. And this graphic, which is very threatening to some of our attendees today, we made this graphic and we can customize it for your library. We also have another graphic that is a little softer that we can also help you customize for your Love Data Week. So if you're a Texas Data Repository member, again, like Jessica said, reach out to Jessica or myself. And thank you for giving us some inspiration for all those ways to increase outreach for open data and research data managers. So now we're going to hear about a project that Jessica developed with her colleague, Michael Shensky of UT Libraries. Welcome, Michael.
Hi all, this is Michael, the new GIS and Geospatial Data Coordinator at the UT Libraries. Jessica and I have developed an informal learning series about the management and utilization of linked data in libraries, archives, and other cultural heritage institutions. This series is a continuation of an informal linked data learning course organized by our colleague Itza Carvajal back in 2018. And this semester, we hope to build on the foundation she established with a deeper dive into some local linked data case studies. We're going to be doing 4 sessions over the course of the spring semester, each of which will include a brief presentation about a particular linked data project by speakers directly involved in each of those projects. And it's going to be followed by an in-depth discussion where attendees can converse directly with the presenters and with each other. To allow participants to thoroughly engage with each case study, relevant readings and resources will be made available in advance of each session. We're going to be holding meetings once a month, so there'll be plenty of time between each meeting. And each session will be tentatively scheduled for 2 hours in length. So that's what we're aiming for, and that should give us hopefully enough time to really get into some depth and thoroughly discuss these projects. This structure will give participants a chance to engage deeply with some practical examples of what it means to work with linked data and provide ample time to develop an understanding of each project's objectives, technical architecture, history of accomplishments, and current challenges. Our first 2 sessions will be held in January and February, and we'll focus on a project involving historical building data from a collection at the Alexander Architectural Archives here at UT. And this is a project that Jessica and I have worked on with our colleagues Katie Pierce-Meyer and Josh Conrad. Our next session is going to be in March, and that will feature a presentation by classics professor Adam Rabinowitz about Periodo, which is a gazetteer of definitions for historical time periods that can serve as a common reference point for linked data. And our final meeting this spring semester will be led by Paloma Graciani Picardo from the Harry Ransom Center here at UT, who will be presenting on the LD4P, the Linked Data for Production project she is involved with. So that's what we have going on this semester. If anyone would like to know more about how we organize the course or any other details, please feel free to reach out to us via email. Thanks.
Thanks, Michael and Jessica, for sharing these ideas. And again, we just want to, we were really inspired when we learned about this informal learning series and the way they opened up the library to collaboration with faculty in different departments, with archives and our colleagues over at the Harry Ransom Center, and just thought it was a good model for a way to just kind of get together and learn in an informal way. We can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to hear more about how this series goes. While we're on the topic of data, I just want to remind you of the next installment of our webinar series. As Jessica mentioned, TDL and the Texas Data Repository Steering Committee have been presenting a new webinar series that showcases topics in research data management and is hosted by Dataverse experts in libraries throughout North America. The next webinar is January 22nd and will feature Sherry Lake, Scholarly Repository Librarian at the University of Virginia. She's going to discuss the Open Science Framework integration with Dataverse. So all the webinars in this series are free. They're open to anyone who is interested, but registration is required, and you can sign up at tdl.org. And next up, we want to welcome Ed Warga, Digital Collection Librarian from Texas A&M University in Corpus Christi, to talk about a very special episode of our DSpace user group. Welcome, Ed.
Hello, thank you, and good morning, everyone. Yes, please join us at the next TDL DSpace user group meeting, during which we'll be focusing on how DSpace relates to our archives and special collections work at all of our institutions. The meeting is Tuesday, January 22nd from 10 to 11 a.m. We'll be discussing how DSpace fits in our different strategies for preserving and providing access to archival material. If you don't use DSpace, what alternatives have you found? What are the pros and cons and challenges of working with DSpace in this area? We encourage current DSpace user group members to invite your colleagues working in archives and special collections to join the conversation, so we can share ideas and discuss challenges and opportunities in this area. Also, during the meeting, we invite participants to present 3-minute lightning talks on how DSpace features in your archives, special collections, and/or digital asset management work. I tried to add information in the chat. The links didn't come through, but Leah is adding the links. So to participate in the lightning talk, you can add slides to our shared slide deck that Leah just put a link to in the chat, and you can check out the agenda, and you can also add your questions and comments for discussion in our agenda for the meeting. So I hope to see some of you there. Tell your colleagues about it. A good time will be had by all. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Good time is guaranteed at the DSpace user group. Thanks, Ed. We really do hope to see lots of folks present and also attend our next DSpace user group meeting, and we hope we get some fruitful conversations with the different departments in libraries and different perspectives there. So now we want to share a few upcoming opportunities. First off, this is an opportunity for digital humanities librarians, the Sustaining Digital Humanities, or Sustaining DH workshop, the National Endowment for the Humanities Office of Digital Humanities Institute for Advanced Topics in the Digital Humanities. That was, I think, 3 instances of digital humanities in one sentence. This is designed to help archivists, librarians, digital humanities practitioners create sustainability plans and address preservation concerns at any point in the life of a DH project. This workshop is also designed to accommodate approximately 25 people, mostly working in teams of 2 or 3, and will focus on attracting participants from the region. In this case, we are promoting the Oklahoma State University workshop, which takes place on February 28th through March 1st. the goal for this workshop is that you will leave not only with a well-documented and effective sustainability strategy, but also the ability to employ a sustainability roadmap for all of your projects on an ongoing basis. Applications are coming up due next Thursday, I believe, January 24th, and there's a link there on the slide which you can access once we share the slides after the meeting. I believe there is a fee. I don't know that fee off the top of my head, but check it out. And if you do end up going, please let TDL know. We'd like to learn more about what you learned there. Some more opportunities for archivists. First off, PASIC registration is still open. This is the first ever bilingual Preservation and Archiving Special Interest Group conference. It's also going to be in Mexico City. This is the first time that the international conference has been in Mexico, and we're just thrilled that Courtney Muma is part of that steering committee, and we hope that many of our Texas institutions, especially our Texas Hispanic serving institutions, will represent Texas and TDL there. And second, we have an exciting opportunity here in Austin. There's a winter workshop, Introduction to Tarot, Encoding and Submitting Finding Aids. We'd like to invite you to join your SSA colleagues to learn more about how to participate in the Texas Archival Resources Online, aka Tarot. This is an in-person, hands-on workshop. It takes place in Austin at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, Monday, February 25th. There is a fee associated with this workshop. It seems pretty affordable, and it's a full-day option for those new to Tarot that has a little bit higher registration price, and a half-day option for those who just kind of need a refresher. That's like half the cost of the event. So if you want more details, we have a link again at the bottom of this slide, and you can also check it out on the SSA workshop page. And I think that's it for me. So back to you, Christy.
Awesome. And we had a question about joining the DSpace users group, and Leah can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it's a very informal group. There's no real process for joining. You just need to let us know that you want to be added to the DSpace users group email list, and you can do that by contacting us at info@tdl.org, or you can contact Ed Warga, who's the chair for that group, and just let us know. The group meets once a month, and just has been doing this for the last few months, starting I think in the fall. So we're still kind of figuring out what those meetings look like, and are excited about this model of having a topic where people present and do lightning talks to kind of just share information across the consortium. Are there other questions? We've had a lot of great questions on the chat, and would love to hear more if you have them about anything we've talked about today or anything else that's on your mind. Crickets. Well, we really appreciate everybody joining us today. We hope you're having a great start to the new year, and we're looking forward to a great 2019 of doing good work together. So let us know if anything comes up, and otherwise we will see everybody the same time, same place next month. Bye, guys.